My life was good, I write was good, I might get to it. Not out the woods, so bro, I got to do it. Be a monster, that's why my mantra is being onslaught. From the Lone Star to my lungs.
All right, what is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Jerice back at it with another episode of
Real Talk.
And I am back from COVID.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah, so apparently I had COVID, according to this lovely test from iHealth, because if you put an I on the front of anything, that makes it a legit product. So, thanks, Apple. But anyway, today's topic, Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan says very interesting things on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, as we all know. So, the video in topic today is Joe Rogan saying, vote Republican.
Of course.
I know the white man saying vote Republican. I know the minorities are probably having a fit somewhere. Like, oh God, the straight white man says vote Republican. I'm shocked. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing I like about Joe Rogan. He's a celebrity, but he's not a Holly weird celebrity. Like, he's like just enough of a celebrity, but he's not part of the in crowd to where he doesn't take all the shit, you know? So it's cool. It's cool. That's why I like Joe Rogan. But let's take a look at two clips. The first clip is going to be, what the fuck? Why did it just do that? That was weird. This is why I don't like Twitter. All right, so first clip is going to be Joe talking about Kayleigh McEnany versus Jen Psaki, right? Jen Psaki being the lovely redheaded press secretary that is working under Mr. Joe Biden. And, of course, Jen Psaki has said some very, very, very interesting things over her time as press secretary. I even think she stepped down, and they even had a black lady pick up the mantle, only to have her step down and Jen Psaki take her place. I know it's fucking weird. But anyway, let's take a look at the clip.
Vaccines are approved by the FDA, which is the gold standard. That was a lie. They weren't approved.
Real Talk.
This was not true. They had an emergency use authorization. They weren't approved. But she was a propagandist. I mean, when she's working for the White House, she's this person that, you know, answers questions, and most of it, the hard questions are all by Peter Doocy.
Of course.
Oh, you mean the guy who works for Fox News, who's the controlled opposition? Like, you mean to tell me the only hard questions are coming from the guy who's supposed to be against the current administration? Keyword in that sentence being supposed to be, but that's neither here nor there. Like, ooh, that's weird. I did not press F12.
Fox News. He was like the only guy that was like pushing back against her, and she just fucking flat out lied.
Yeah, you see that? Notice he said Fox News.
On not just one occasion, multiple occasions. I mean, maybe they had a narrative that they told her. Maybe these are talking points. Maybe.
You mean the government has a narrative that it wants people to believe? To cover up dark secrets that the government would look bad if the public found out about them? I'm sure that's never happened in any world government ever. But I guess we're special because we're the United States, right? Right. And I'm not saying this is a knock to Joe. Like, I'm literally not. I like Joe Rogan. He's cool. But I'm saying this for the people who will call you a conspiracy theorist in the meantime if you even suggest that, hey, there's a lot of shady people in the government, and a lot of those shady people might be doing shady things, and they might be covering them up just so people don't lose trust and respect for the federal government en masse. But I guess that's not a thing.
Maybe that's her job. But it's a weird job in the beginning, right, to begin with, because it's a job where you're not even asking the president. You're asking this White House press secretary.
Yeah.
So there's a person.
Keyword press secretary. So she dictates what she wants the press to disseminate to the public.
You know, and the only one that was good at that girl, McEnany. What's her name?
McEnany.
Kayleigh McEnany.
McEnany.
The one who worked for Trump. That lady was a fucking assassin. That lady had like binders with like footnotes, and anyone would say some shit. That's interesting because actually CNN said this, and she would like quote it.
Yeah, like literally quote them correct with a binder full of quotes in it. Like, hey, hold on. They said this, they said this, they said this. Here's what's actually going on. Oh, man. And she was prettier, too. So, you know. I mean, nothing wrong with Jen Psaki. I mean, she's kind of average. But, I mean, Kaylee, woo!
It back to them and stuff it in their face. That lady's the best ever at that job. She's the fucking Michael Jordan of White House press secretaries. She's a fucking wizard.
Why do my cheeks look so fat? Like, I got chubby cheeks. Like, what is this? All right, but anyway. All right, and then here's the second clip. It's only 49 seconds.
You know, recognize it's no one who.
And so this is Joe Rogan saying vote Republican. Obviously, there's more context if you listen to the whole entire podcast, but this was taken off this one lady's Twitter, and I'm just going to give my thoughts on what was taken out of the context. But generally speaking, we all know what he's getting at.
Who is alive today had ever experienced a true pandemic. And I'm hoping that now that this is over, people are going to, you know, recognize that some serious errors were made and not repeat those. That's the best you can get out of it.
So what do you tell those people?
Vote Republican.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, because both sides are fucked, and it's really a uniparty, Joe. Like, you can vote Republican all damn day if you want to. It's actually a uniparty. Like, it's controlled opposition at this point. Like, hey, let's pretend we don't like these people, and yeah, let's make the American people think they have a choice, and let's send them to the ballot box every 2 to 4 years or whenever the fuck, and they'll play the game and they'll write D or R. 9 times out of 10, most people just vote down ballot D or R. So, you know, it is what it is.
That's what a lot of them are going to do anyway.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, more than 1 million people transferred over to the Republican Party, I think, in 2021 alone.
Yeah, 1 million people, right? Okay, cool. So 1 million people said, hey, I'm not going to vote for this party. I'm going to vote for the controlled opposition. Okay.
I don't know what that number is. But, you know, you look at guys like Ron DeSantis, who kept Florida open and had some pretty reasonable policies in terms of, like, what to do about COVID. And, you know, he mapped it out on television. He was, you know, widely criticized for this.
And that might not have anything to do with Ron DeSantis being a Republican. That might have something to do with him just not caring. Like, and him just being able to look at what's being presented to him as, like, not making sense. Especially as of recently, how you got all the freaking quarantine times shortening. Golly, you got the freaking Alpha, Delta, Omega, Omicron, the Mu, like, and all this other stuff. And then you got the different vaccines, and they don't prevent spread and transmission, but they'll stop you from dying, unlike every other vaccine ever. And you know what? Okay.
Where he was saying, like, we need to protect our elders. We need to, you know, make sure that medical care is available for those.
No, protect the elders, right? Kind of how, like, that one mayor with a D in front of his name who ran New York put a bunch of freaking COVID patients in nursing homes with a bunch of elderly, right? But, you know, politicking.
Those people and everyone else, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. Protect your freedom. No one who is alive today had ever experienced a true pandemic.
Yeah, and just because, since he already started saying that again. Yeah, imagine the people who lived during, like, the bubonic plague and the Spanish flu and shit, who just had to fucking accept this shit, and there was no quarantining. They weren't freaking, you know, hiding in their homes and not going to work and shit. But, you know, I guess because Orange Man was bad, I guess we had to just throw everything out the window and do shit we didn't do with the swine flu or Ebola. But I guess that was slightly different because the president was, he was partially African American and he had a D in front of his name. So I guess we can play by a different set of rules in that scenario, right? But that's all I got for this video, man. Y'all already know what it is. Let me know if I made a little bit of sense, if I made a lot of sense, if I made too much sense down in the comment section below. Ah, man. It's been your boy Jerice back at it with another episode of
Real talk.
Stay safe, don't get COVID, and I'll see y'all fuckers tomorrow. I'm back to videos almost every day, at least Monday through Friday anyway. But with that, it's been your boy Jerice. I'm out.
Linking on my brain. Okay. Linking on my brain. I got linking on my brain. Whoa.